Seriously, no.
I don't want you to pay for whatever. Stop.
Nope.
Friends don't do that to friends.
Friends don't do what to friends?
The fucking thing was, he was calling me. He's like, well, I need to be there at 5. And I said, all right, well, I'm leaving at what time? 3. So I get to his house at 4, and then drive back down at 5. That was the plan. Of course, I get on the highway, 20 minutes on Courtney Campbell. Like, I don't know, it's getting a little scary. And then I get on 275.
What time did you leave Cisco?
Watch
2
this.
o'clock.
I'm leaving you right now. Watch how I'm gonna go drink a glass of wine. And I'm gonna go push their buttons behind her. Just watch. Talk to the other guys. I'm a judge, but so do what you do, man. So
It's all fun to me, because I would be here without research. It's fun doing it.
it's fine, but calm down. Don't be nervous. Your hands were cold, but that's definitely dressed. So I know your boss man will appreciate it. So do you do? All right. Yes, you as well. So, did they give you any direction on how to judge, or? Okay. sorry?
Canned tuna was the secret ingredient, and the place smelled like that. So hopefully.
My notes.
I mean, we'll see, but you had two really good restaurants that are gonna compete. So, I mean, it's all about taste. So, yeah. And that.
But we're gonna keep moving along anyways because we gotta get the show on the road.
Test. All right, everybody, if I can have all of your attention this evening. Welcome. We are into the playoffs. Let's give it a round of applause here. Five weeks have passed. We are now into the 6th week. One more week away from our championship, our finale, and standing in front of just that 1 week are two incredible chefs that are the battle of the bays, battle of the hats, if you ask me. And we have two of those restaurants being represented tonight. The Mill is in the house. Let's give it up for The Mill. Woo! And let's also give it up for Rooster in the Till. And I'm joined here with our friend Andrew. Andrew, it feels like it's been forever since we've seen you, but how you been?
You know, I've been okay. I've been pretty good. It has felt like it's been far too long, though, Jeff. You know, I've missed you guys, so I'm excited to be here tonight.
Well, we're excited to have you back inside this signature theaters hotel at the Epicurean. We're here at the Epicurean. We're having fun inside the signature theater. And for those that don't really know much about you or did not get to see you when you came in here first, let's watch a quick little video.
Looking for 2 scallops and a fritter. How long?
Meet executive chef at the Mill, Andrew Silas.
Anything that you would think that you haven't seen before, we've had it in here at one point and we've worked with it. I don't like to plan anything. I just like to cook with what's around. I have a pretty extensive culinary background and I know what flavors go well together, so I kind of just like to wow people with the unexpected.
With a healthy dose of confidence, he's ready to show out at the Epic Chef Showdown.
So it's like a really healthy rivalry that we all have anyway, and it's just in our nature to kind of think that we're the best. So it's a good opportunity for us all to kind of put our money where our mouth is and really just bring it to the table. It's fun because we actually get to challenge ourselves and we get to push ourselves further, you know. It's not really me competing against other competitors, it's me doing the best I can with these ingredients, and I should be doing that anyway.
Coming up with the daily special is part of what Chef Andrew has to do every single day, and he says having to go through ingredients and coming up with something on the fly, well, that keeps him on his toes for this competition.
I actually get to do the thing I do every day, but with different people, different ingredients in front of an audience. And that to me is fun.
Chef Andrew is ready to cook just about anything. Well, almost anything.
Bone marrow is always fun to work with. It's not something you see a whole lot. We've worked with urchin before. We work with so many different types of ingredients. So there's really not going to be anything that can confound me too much, just because I've already been confounded here and other places. I've already seen like the craziest ingredients. Rice is my weakness, believe it or not. I've never been good at cooking rice. I don't know what it is about me. I think I just can't let it just sit there and cook. I have to always mess with what I have there. Is this a trick? Are you guys gonna put it in my basket?
No tricks, Chef, just some mystery.
It's all just a formula. You want to do the perfect amount of salt, the perfect amount of seasoning, the perfect amount of butter. It's just cooking it right. So cooking it with love.
But not to be undone tonight, we are also joined by his competitor in the kitchen, Mr. Jason Carlson. Jason, it's good to see you. It's good to have you back here in the Signature Theater. So, how you doing, my friend?
It's good to be back. I'm feeling pretty good. Just got a really good range session today on the course, so feeling pretty confident.
All right, so you kind of worked out those kinks, you know, worked out everything that you needed to do on the range. You're feeling confident tonight. And let's see about everybody else who's not had a chance to know a little bit about you. Should we let them watch a little quick video?
I don't want to see it again, but yeah, sure.
All right, let's see a quick little video.
No watery eyes here. Cook at Rooster in the Till, Jason Carlton, says there's no way he'll get chopped from the Epic Chef competition.
Winning has always been my mentality throughout my life. I played a lot of sports way back in the day. When it's for charity, it almost feels like it's more than just winning. It's like accomplishing a goal that feels way, way better than just doing it for yourself if you're doing it for someone else.
For Jason, it's all about the diner's experience.
Found out this weird thing that people do when they eat. It's when they take a deep breath and close their eyes, and like it's like the that was good. That moment I watched to see people do, and it's like, wow, I just made them do that.
This open air kitchen at Rooster in the Till is similar to what you'll find during the Epic Chef competition. Chef Jason says that may give him the competitive edge. Plus, he gets to talk to people like me sitting at the bar while he's cooking.
When you're going through the motions and you have about 10 or 12 things working at the same time, it's really hard to talk to customers at the same time, but sometimes I have to say, hey, I'm kind of busy right now. I'll give it to you in a second. I really wouldn't be doing this if I didn't like to do it. That's the type of person I am. If I don't like to do something, I'm out of there.
He's bringing that fiery spirit to this culinary battle, just like his teammate did.
My experience, well, I don't know how good my advice is because I lost in the first round, and I actually made something that one of the judges almost wouldn't even eat just out of not liking chicken liver. So I would just say keep it simple, and people like fried food, people like, you know, really simplistic food, and I think that's the way to go to win.
Just putting random stuff together and making it come out good. Being in this field for that long, you just get better and better at it. You just start to understand how food works, what's gonna happen if you do this. I mean, I might just have to taste it or smell it, do whatever to it, just to make sure I understand what that food is and cook it to the best of my ability.
And for everybody in the room and watching online, I, of course, am Chef Jeff Philbin from Fox TV's MasterChef. Humbly was able to represent Tampa on that incredible journey that I was on. And just one round separates these two chefs from becoming your next epic chef. And you know what? Let's go ahead and figure out what these two gentlemen will be cooking tonight. Now, for those that are new to the rules here, 30 minutes, 2 dishes per round, 30 minutes. They may have 2 ingredients. They may have 3 ingredients. They might not know how many ingredients they're going to be having tonight. But let's go ahead and find out what you are going to be cooking with in round 1. All right? On the count of 3, we're going to pull the cover. Audience, I'm going to need your help. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. They are going to be cooking with fresh oysters, prunes, and matzah bread.
All right.
Now, Andrew, what's going through your head right now seeing prunes and fresh oysters together?
I think 30 minutes.
I just got done doing a whole bunch of oysters like a month ago, so I really am not looking forward to shucking them. But you know what? Shucks, let's do it. Let's get to it, you know?
Y'all heard that? Aw, shucks. All right, so that's very cool. We've got round 1 of those 3. They will have a lighter course to work with. Round 2, we've got a few more ingredients, and on the count of 3, these 2 chefs will be seeing what they're going to be cooking with that other 30 minutes. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, they are going to be cooking with whole quail, pork blood, and yuca. Jason, pork blood and yuca, I mean, the wheels must be spinning already.
Absolutely.
Well, you've got 30 minutes to cook an incredible dish using those ingredients, and going to have some fun to delight these chefs because you are just 2 dishes away from becoming Feeding Tampa Bay's next epic chef. And let's go ahead and get this party started here. We're going to make up for some lost time that we had with some technical AV issues, but we're going to give them a countdown at the 10 mark, And we're going to start those clocks. On my count, 10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And time starts 30 minutes to cook the most incredible dish that is going to wow and delight these pillars in our community, starting with none other than Mr. Keith Williamson, the executive chef from Aioli. Keith, it is so good to have you here this evening.
I love it, man. Oysters, I'm so glad to be on this side, not that side, because these guys are going to work hard. They're driving themselves crazy right now. So let's see what they got.
Let's see what they got, because you know what? I have so much reverence for you guys and what you do over at Aioli because of those oysters. My favorite dish are the charred grilled oysters. I mean, I had them on my first date. She's the missus to be because of dinner there, and I'll tell you what, I think it was the oysters that won her over.
Listen, we sell over 80 cases of oysters. 8 times 6 is what?
48.
48. 480 oysters per week. For 80,000 oysters per week. It's insane. It's crazy. These guys, God bless you.
Well, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. We're going to be seeing it, and God bless him is right. And we have Miss Holly Haffer-Elois coming all the way from Orlando Weekly. So good to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here. It's my second time here for the Epic Chef Showdown. It's been really fun so far, and I'm excited to see these 2 new chefs.
It's got to be. I mean, you made all the trek here along I-4 to be here, so you better be delighted with those oysters, with those prunes, with that matzah bread in that first round. What's going through your head right now?
Well, I'm, I had heard that canned tuna was an ingredient, a secret ingredient a couple of weeks ago, and I have to say I'm more excited about the pork blood than I would be about canned tuna.
I am too. Now, I'm also joined here with a pillar in the community. I mean, none other than the one who keeps us protected, who keeps us safe, who makes sure that the bad guys go away at night and that the good guys have a place that's safe and dear in our community, Sheriff Chad Cronister. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. What a great time to come enjoy some great food and do it for such a great cause. With the exception of this glass of wine staring at me that I can't drink tonight, I'm looking forward to being here.
There you go. No wine tonight for you, my friend, but I got to ask you. I've got a stack of parking tickets about yay high. Are you going to take care of that for me afterwards?
Got it covered.
We got it covered. All right. Very cool. Now, tonight we are going to have a jam-packed lineup and a lot of fun and a lot of excitement. Now, all of you, when you came into this room tonight, you all took a photo on your phone. Did you not? Yes. Do you all still have those photos on your phone? Yes. Great, because you all can be ambassadors tonight. I want everybody in this room right now to take your phone out. I know you got it. Take it out. Get that photo out. Share it right now. Put it on your social media. I want those photos. All right? And I want you to take the hashtag, donate your plate, to all of your friends. I also want you to put these words. Text the word plate to the number 74121. This is really important. A dollar for dollar match, up to $50,000, will put you and all of your friends in your social network to have incredible prizes. You might be able to win with a minimum $25 donation for you in this room and for your friends across social media. Seeing that photo, seeing that hashtag, and getting that call to action. Texting plate to 74121. A chance to have me come to your house for 5 of your friends, plus you. So a dinner party for 6, 4-course meal. You get to have me over at your house. If that doesn't delight you, and you want to have some fun with just the energy of a sporting event, you can. Opening night with the Tampa Bay Lightning, plus a jersey of your choosing for it. How cool is that? And if that doesn't get you excited, and you want to just really unwind, get away from the kids, get away from the emails, the phone, detach from the world, you can, because you can join us here at the Epicurean Hotel for a one-night stay, plus a food and beverage credit. And I mean, who wouldn't want to have some fun? So text plate to 74121. 4121 and donate your plate today. If you do this, and this is really kind of the fun part, right? Not only do you get those prizes and be entered into that raffle, for everybody that's here and for everybody that's watching right now, you could have the golden ticket. We have one ticket that we are going to announce a winner at tonight's conclusion of all of this fun, and it might be you that could be coming here and joining us in this crowd. Should we let those people all have a chance to have some fun too?
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to make that happen. Text plate 74121. All right, we have 24 minutes, 6 minutes have elapsed, and we've got one of the busiest hustlers in all of Tampa Bay right now making it happen. And I'm joined here with none other than Mr. Farrell Alvarez from Rooster in the Till, and he's proud to announce something special that just opened. Come on over, my friend. So good to see you again, as always. You're rocking a pretty cool little t-shirt here. Tell me a little bit about this t-shirt right now.
Yeah, so this t-shirt represents the logo for the new restaurant that we opened up on Thursday, which is called Nebraska Mini-Mart, which is also in Summit.
Let's give it up, everybody. One of the coolest places to go to right now. I have seen so many of my friends since Thursday out there just having a blast. I mean, playing shuffleboard, food's going, drinks are flowing. Man, you're just killing it right now.
Yeah, we're trying our best, that's for sure. Yeah, it's an 1.5 acres of property. It's primarily outdoors, so once the weather breaks, I know it's going to be really kind to us. Until then, we're weathering the storm. It's elevated bar food, really cool cocktails, frozen cocktails, draft cocktails, wine on draft, your typical beer on draft, and canned beer as well. You got bocce ball courts, shuffleboard courts, custom ping pong tables, super great audio system throughout the whole 1.5 acre property, so we could fit hundreds of people out there and just party it out all day long.
I love it. And that's what you guys have been all about, is just partying, bringing in good people, having a good time. You just had an incredible dinner series last night. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so every year at Rooster in the Till, we do, during the summertime, it's called the Dinner Series, and we bring in 5 celebrity chefs, if you will, from around the United States, friends of mine. Last night was Kelly Fields from Willa Jean in New Orleans. 2017 James Beard finalist.
She's got the sweet tooth like no other, and she has got some incredible stuff in her repertoire of recipes.
Absolutely. Accolades through the roof. Chef of the Year eater, James Beard finalist, outstanding pastry chef, semi-finalist the year before that. She's with the John Besh group out of New Orleans. So we killed a 7-course menu last night. We do one every month. There's 2 left. Claudette Zapata Wilkins from Top Chef will be with us in September, and then Katie Button out of Asheville from Curate to finish it up in October.
Absolutely love it. I mean, you're just killing it on all cylinders. Where do you find the time? Where do you find the energy to keep moving?
It's 24 hours in a day, so I sleep 4 of them and work 20.
So what do you got to say for your man behind us right now? Where's he at with everything? How proud you are of him right now?
Super proud. Jason's a great kid, and he's no stranger to oysters. We shuck every single oyster to order at Rooster in the Till, and he shucked probably thousands if we counted. Yeah, hopefully keeps it simple, keeps it clean, plays to the palate of the judges, and best man wins. It's all good. It's all for fun, you know. Everybody likes to win, but ultimately it's about the cause.
It absolutely is. And you know what? I know that you're a busy man, and I know you got a lot of places to go, but Farrell Alvarez, everybody. All right, and you know what? We're also going to be joined here, walking down the stage right here, Miss J.C. Peters from Feeding Tampa Bay. Let's give it up for J.C.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you all for being here tonight. We are so excited that you've joined us. Obviously, food is at the center of this event, and it's the reason that we're all here tonight. I just want to share a little brief story. I'm from a small town in Kansas, and one thing that I remember always in my childhood is food and sharing a plate with my family. We would always get together for family meals, and it wasn't until I walked in the door at Feeding Tampa Bay 4 years ago that I really understood how important those meals were for my childhood. Sharing the meal around the table, it was stability, it was love. We would laugh, we would cry. We would just share our day with each other. And so I realized how important that meal was. And it might seem like a simple meal, but looking back, it really shaped my childhood. And so I would challenge each of you tonight to think about the role that food has played in your life. You know, what brought you here tonight, or what brought you to the love of food? And I would ask that you join Feeding Tampa Bay and give this opportunity to families that don't get to share a meal around a table. We can give them so much more than just that meal. We can give them the opportunity to grow and be better for it. So thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you being here.
It truly is an important organization and a cause. I mean, for me, doing this now for the past 6 weeks, I have learned so much and how important it is to be a part of this movement that's happening. And being able to leverage social media to be able to communicate the cause of this organization. And there's someone in this room right now that's doing an incredible job. Paige, are you here right there? Paige, come on down here for a second. All right. Because the media, social media playing is such a huge role in how we're going to communicate this, how we're going to be able to leverage it, how you in this room already are a part of that with taking that photo, donating that plate with a hashtag. And Paige, this is like right up your alley, is it not?
Well, I mean, I've been very involved in the community, and this community is amazing, and it's been really tremendous to see the support that Feeding Tampa Bay has. And what we've really loved about Feeding Tampa Bay is the ability they've been able to bring it into the modern times and for the millennials and a virtual food drive. Nobody's doing that, so we're really supportive.
And I'm sure it's got to be just so rewarding because we see this right now across really the Tampa Bay area. The young professionals are wanting to be involved. The young professionals are wanting to really kind of make a stance because they're very aspirational in their goals and they want to make sure that they have an impact, that their impact can be met. And with a cause and with a group like Feeding Tampa Bay, you can make a direct impact because, I mean, there are some that are deciding, do I feed my kids tonight? Or do I pay the bill? Do I get gas to make sure I can drive? Or do I make sure that, you know, we have some groceries? So how much has that played into seeing some of the young and the youth professionals here in the area coming in and supporting you?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity out there, but I think that feeding the youth in the community and with the Give Healthy plan that Feeding Tampa Bay is promoting right now is a great opportunity to really give back to the youth, and particularly this time of year when going back to school and eating healthy is so important. And they've made that so simple with their virtual food drive that nobody else is doing. The millennials can go right online. You don't just give a standard $50. You pick the foods that you want to give, the fruits, the vegetables. You put them in a checkout, and you get to actually be a part of something other than just a dollar amount. So it's really cool. It's really today, and it's really helpful to the kids.
I think that's really cool because they're a part of the process then at that point.
Absolutely. I mean, that's all we all want to be, as a part of the process, and to feel that we've given something back, and they enable you to do that. So that's fantastic.
I love it. And tell us a little bit about what you do with Simpson Air as well.
We just own an air conditioning company. We're just here. We're really excited about doing more for the community and giving back to the community that has given us such great customers and also great employees. So that's secondary, really. It's all about Feeding Tampa Bay.
We love it, and we love that you have such a strong heart. Thank you so much for your time up here. All right, let's go check on these chefs here. With just 16 minutes left to go in round one. All right, Andrew, tell us, what are we working with? The oysters are shucked. Looks like you're having some fun. You got some bacon over there, too. So what are we doing?
All right, well, this is prosciutto. I'm going to render that off and use the fat. I'm going to try to put it in here with this the bread crackers that you guys gave me. I'm going to toast them off and kind of do like a play on Oysters Rockefeller. I'm going to make a sauce out of the prunes with some orange Fanta, and then I'm just going to see what happens from there.
So wait. You're bringing orange Fanta into the mix? I mean, that's like unheard of right now. Like, that's not one of the mystery ingredients, but you're going above and beyond by bringing something that easily could have been in that basket, and you're going to bring it to life.
Yeah, I mean, I love orange Fanta. I drink it all the time. I try to incorporate it in every dish possible. The fact that you guys had it here was already just like a boon on my side.
I love it. Work with what you know and have fun with it, right? Super, super cool. All right, and tell us now, Jason, what are we doing? I see you kind of cooking down some flavors here. What do we got?
Plums, bacon. I used some crumbs from whatever disgusting thing I have right here.
Hey, it's matzo bread. It's dry. It's unleavened bread.
It was really bad. I'm sorry.
All right, so what are you going to do? How are you going to really let that shine on your dish, though?
I mixed it in with my sauce, my plum.
We are live, everybody. This is what happens with live, all right? Do we have a lid? A lid? Got the lid. Mr. Ted Dorsey, everybody.
Live television.
Let's get it.
Live television.
Let's take it off the heat. Live TV, everybody. Let's give it up for live TV. Live TV. All right. So has anyone seen that clip that went around with Bill O'Reilly on social media at one time, where like he was just like wanting to do a clip of TV and we're doing it live? Does anyone know? Am I the only person in this room that has seen that one clip? Not as funny now that I was thinking about it, but it would have been so apropos if you had. So if you had, we would have known. You are just right here in the midst of everything, Sheriff. I mean, I am so happy that I've got you here to kind of guard us, to protect us. You're in the middle of everything. I mean, it's crazy right now.
Yeah, this is a great time. Like I said, this is nice to see everyone enjoying themselves. I did have to scoot a little closer to my judge mate over here, not knowing if that was intentional or accidental, but yeah, what a great time.
You know what? It is a great time. And you know what? You two now have a little bit of opportunity to talk some of the great things that are happening up in the Orlando area, because it just seems as though every time I go up there, especially Disney Springs, there's always something new that's happening there. So you guys might need some new spots to go to if you get the time off. Holly, where do I need to go? What's the hot spot right now that's happening up in your neck of the woods?
Oh man, there's a really exciting new restaurant, newish. It's called Cadence, and it is located in Audubon Park neighborhood in Orlando. It is a prefix omakase restaurant with between 10 and 15 dishes. Prefix for about $180 a person, which is a price point we really haven't seen in Orlando yet. But we're getting there. It was kind of surprising when Ravenous Pigs started serving a $15 burger, but now we're up to a $180 omakase. And so it just it shows you what kind of growth we're seeing in Orlando in the culinary scene. It's really exciting.
Very cool. It really is. And every time I go there, there's always somewhere new to go. There's always something new to see. I love going to Domu. I absolutely love that. Gideon's Bakehouse is one of my favorite all-time places. We went out there for my birthday, and Beth, bless her heart, planned everything. The hotel, the restaurant, and when they sell out a dessert, they're sold out. And she was about to cry, and she said, we did all this for his birthday, please. And they brought out a secret, they were just testing it, and brought out a secret dessert for just me to make sure I had the best birthday, and they had a customer for life. That's what it's all about, right?
Awesome.
Now, Keith, you guys have been making that happen. You've been around so many different places, making customers for life for all your food. Tell us, you're seeing it firsthand right now. What's going through? What are you thinking of these ingredients that they're working with tonight?
I mean, they're great, but guys, calm down, take it easy, relax. We're not saving lives here. We're just cooking food.
We are just cooking food. We are just having fun. And that's what it should be, right? We should just all have fun in this room, right? All right, let's give it a round of applause for some fun. But it is all about good food, and it's all about making sure that we can elevate those ingredients, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, hey, less is more. So just take it easy, relax, take a deep breath. I'm sorry, but I brought my own PB&J.
You brought your own PB&J? We have two of the most incredible restaurants being represented tonight. And you brought your own PB&J?
No disrespect, but I mean, I like to eat. So, guys, step up your game. Let's go.
Step up your game. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's make sure they've got 10 minutes left to go. And they are cooking with some of the best ingredients in all of Tampa Bay. I'm joined here with David Lee from Uriah's. David, come on down here for a second, my friend. All right, let's all give it up for a round of applause for my friend David, who's going to be walking down these stairs here. Having fun tonight, right? The energy, it's just like we're on fire tonight.
Yes, literally on fire over here.
It's all about that. We're gonna, I'm gonna make all the worst bad jokes that I could possibly think of tonight. It's gonna happen. I get bad jokes, exactly. But you know what though?
You may get burned, but that's okay.
Ooh, I might get burned. It's okay though. But you know what is even better than being okay? these ingredients that these chefs are working with tonight. David, tell us a little bit about Uriah's and what they're cooking with this evening.
Sure. So we are an indoor vertical farm. We're here locally. When I say indoors, you're taking a cold storage warehouse and convert it to a farm. We grow about 30 feet high on different racks. We use LED lighting. We control the water. We control the temperature. It is the healthiest, safest, freshest greens you're going to get around here. And now you can find them in local stores like Publix. We just started with Publix on Platte and Bayshore, where you can get in the clamshell as well as in sleeves. So still living, roots are still on it. But the reality is what we've got here for the cooks to use tonight are, we've got golden mustard green and we've got mint over here. But more important than what they're gonna cook with, who likes a little trivia? There we go, now we make sure we're paying attention. So I can't remember if it was said at the beginning or not, but there was talks about the hunger in the area here. Does anyone know of how many children go to bed hungry here? The beautiful lady in the back? That's right. 1 in 4 children in this area go to bed hungry. You don't really think about it, but it's true and it happens. And that means a lot to us because that beautiful woman that answered that question, it was our first time here at the Feeding Tampa Bay Epic Chef that we learned that. And we have 4 kids at home. And so when we go home to the dinner table and we say, okay, which one of our 4 doesn't get to eat tonight? That hits. And so I would ask each of you, again, this is to enjoy the night, to have a good time, to see what the chefs can cook, but it's also to raise awareness. So take that little fact with you and enjoy the evening.
And you all are part of something very special. Feeding Tampa Bay serves 10 communities here, 10 counties in the Tampa Bay area. We're trying to make an effort for over 45 million annual meals that they facilitate. Think about that number for a second. 45 million meals annually. And you all can be a part of that. Again, text that word plate to the number 74121 and you can be a part of that process now. And we've got 7 minutes left to go. We're gonna check in with our chefs here. Andrew, how we doing so far? I mean, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of excitement that's happening right now, a lot of movement. How have you been able to work around some of it?
I'm ready to play, bro.
I'm ready to play. You're having some fun in here. So how is the dish coming along? Are we liking it? Are we feeling it? What do we got? I mean, I'm kind of hungry. I want to taste something right now.
Oh man, I just put the whole dish in the oven, so they're about to come out in probably about 3.5 minutes. Right now, I'm working on my prune sauce.
All right, so we got a prune sauce. I really do actually want to try out this prune sauce. I'm not a big fan of prunes. Are you liking prunes? Do you like prunes a lot?
I mean, every now and then.
So what did you put into it? What do you got with it?
So I got a little bit of molasses bourbon. I put some lemongrass in there to try to extract some of that natural flavor from that. And I just got the orange Fanta in here, and I'm reducing it down into a syrup. I put a little bit of balsamic in there for a little bit of the acid. And here you go.
All right, let's try this. It's sweet, it's subtle, it's got a little bit of that caramelization to it as well, which is going to go very nice and thicken on the dish itself. That's going to bring out some cool flavors, but they're subtle, but I can taste a balance of everything. So, well done. I'm liking what I've got going on over here. Now, Jason, things are moving around a lot. I mean, it's only round 1, but you got every opportunity. How are you feeling right now? Is everything working out okay?
Flamingly good.
It's flamingly good. All right, cool. Has that changed a little bit of what you were doing menu-wise or what you needed to do menu-wise?
No, absolutely not.
See, but that's the thing. You got to just work through. I love cooking because of that reason. Sometimes when you're thrown, so many things in your direction, you just got to work around it. You just got to work with it. It's not baking where it's set it, forget it, and you're on to the next thing. Cooking, you can adapt. Cooking, you can play around, and you're not out of it yet. You're still in it. Is he still in it, everybody? Let's make sure he's still in it. 1, 2, 3, let's go for it. He's still in it.
Still in it, yeah.
He's still in it. All right, and with just 5.5 minutes left to go, both of these chefs are just dishes away from going into the next round, that championship level round, where it means so much for them. $5,000 to a winning chef who comes in and being our epic chef. Sheriff, community is just a pillar to everything. You have a heart of gold. And you know what? I learned so much because I was fortunate enough to be a part of Leadership Tampa Bay. If any of you are unfamiliar with Leadership Tampa Bay, learn about it, work it. There's my man right there. One of the greatest programs in the entire area, where I had the privilege of doing Law Enforcement Day. And I got to do a ride along with one of your deputies. And it was one of the most eye-opening experiences. I thought it was going to be easy. It started at 6:30 at District 1 in Carrollwood. I thought all we were going to have were a few, guys that fell asleep, passed out in their car, and the cleaning crew was just going to say, hey, get out of here, and that was going to be it. Non-stop, all day, we went from call to call to call. We didn't even have breakfast until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, what you and these brave men and women do on a daily basis, 24 hours a day, thank you. I mean, truly, it's an incredible thing. We are so fortunate to have some of the best men and women in blue representing your area here. Can we give it up for our cops, our police officers, and our sheriff's office? I mean, to learn what you guys do, it's just truly incredible. And to still do it with a smile, to still do it with grace, and to still find time to be here tonight. I mean, there's a lot that's on your plate right now.
Yeah, it is. It's a busy time. But it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be invited to participate in these types of programs, to represent, and think about this, 3,500 hardworking men and women of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. And that's 3,500 great ambassadors out in the community who only serve because they have a passion for service. They want to protect their community. They want to make their community better. It's never about the money to any of them. And that's where they find their greatest rewards. So it's a privilege to be a part of it. And I know he's going to kill me, but our colonel in charge of the Department of Patrol Operations, our whole patrol operation, is up there. Colonel Kenny Davis up in the stands. And once again, he's here. He wants to be a part of it.
Let's give it up for our colonel in the back there.
And of course, she would kick my rear end if I didn't make my shameless plug. We're always hiring. We're looking for those individuals who just care about their community. They want to make it better. You want to serve, please go to joinhcso.com. But one of the leaders in our recruitment department, Andrea Davis, his wife, is also here tonight.
All right, Andrea, great to have you over here tonight. But I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, to think about what you guys do day in and day out. You have one of the larger budgets to work with, but you are one of the most thrifty with the spend to make sure that it is reinvested back in those 3,500 strong and getting them the best training, the best tools, and the best safety and security for us that live our lives, not knowing some of the stuff that you're doing behind the scenes. Is that right?
That's exactly right. We're fortunate. You turn the TV on and you see where they don't share such a great relationship. We live in a county where they love their sheriff's office, and it's our job to keep it that way, nurture those relationships, one relationship at a time. And when you come to events like this and you help make our community stronger, that's exactly what happens. You have a stronger community, yes, but you have a stronger and safer community, and that's what it's all about.
That is truly what it's all about, and we're going to have some fun tonight. We've got just little less than 2 minutes left to go in round one with those oysters, with those prunes, and with that matzo bread. We've got some of our dishes coming out of the oven. Stuff is coming onto the plates. When we get down to that last 10 seconds, we're going to make sure we give them a big countdown that these judges get wowed. Keith, we've got just a couple more minutes. We got like a little bit more time left. What are you looking for in that first bite with those oysters?
I mean, I'm just looking for flavor, big time taste. I mean, these guys, oh God, these guys are like under so much pressure, but I'm waiting for the big bite. Big bite, big taste, big flavor. Just give it to me.
Just give it to you. That is right. And they're going to be doing that in 1 minute. You three judges are going to be judging on flavor, creativity, and presentation. You guys have a big stake here. 1 minute left on the clock. I got someone in the back there helping with the time management. Shout outs to whoever was doing that. That's like my big, that's going to be like the whole shout out clock right there, my friend. I'm hearing in the back, so thank you so much. All right, Andrew, it's coming alive. It's coming together. The colors are beautiful. I mean, where does something like this come in your head?
The second I saw the oysters and then I looked over and I saw something orange and I was like, all right, that's a color, use that. And then I looked over and I saw something red and I was like, that's a different color, go ahead and use that.
It's all about colors right now. You're having some fun with it. 25 seconds left to go. Jason, how we doing? We got 25 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm counting down right now.
All right, cool. We're going to let you get to it, and we're going to give them that countdown here in just a few seconds. All right. At the 10 mark, everybody.
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up and away from your plates. Round 1 is in the books. We're going to get those little photos for social media right here. Kevin and the team here at the Epicurean have done an incredible job running around making sure that we are all not going to have smoke inhalation tonight. Let's give it up for Kevin and his team, right? We joke, we kid, we tease, but of course we love, okay? So we're all having some fun with that because I'm going to have bad jokes all night. I don't really get those opportunities. I get one smile over there. Thank you. You're kind of like laughing, nodding, going like, just get over with the joke. I know. I'm going to do it. But we're going to have round 1 coming up here. Andrew, come on over on my side, my friend.
Wow.
I got ice on my notes. I just got iced. All right. Very cool. Andrew, 30 minutes, an adventurous 30 minutes, a fun 30 minutes. What did you get done in 30 minutes?
I honestly got a lot more accomplished than I thought I would. I got finished a little early, and I decided to add a little bit of a side salad to the dish. So we have a baked oyster with the breadcrumbs, some parsley, and turmeric. I have a prosciutto and Brussels sprouts in between that and the oysters with some shallots and some garlic reduced down with a little bit of sherry. And then I have the sauce is a plum sauce with it's a reduction of plum, the orange Fanta, a little bit of molasses, a little bit of balsamic, and a little bit of whiskey.
I love it. I mean, it's subtle, it's fun, but it sounds like it's your own dish as well because it's like a traditional oysters Rockefeller, but it's not. It's like an oysters Rockefeller that you got to put your own stamp on, that you got to have a little fun, and then what was that word?
It was a little bit different.
It's a little different, but that's what it's all about, is it not?
That's what I'm all about.
Being different.
A little bit different.
I love it. Now, if you win, you are just dishes away, potentially for going into a championship round next week. What does that mean to you?
I have to come back here next Monday and do this again.
But $5,000 is on the line for you. How exciting is that going to be?
Honestly, I try not to get my hopes up about money. It just seems like a trap I get into mentally, so I'm never like expecting a giant windfall. But if I win, I'm buying a Prius.
All right, he's gonna buy a Prius, everybody. You know what though? That's really smart. So fun-filled fact, I was on MasterChef, and I was there at day 1, and I was there until the last day. I was out in California for 2.5 months. I never once opened up my suitcase. I never once opened and pulled any outfit out of my suitcase. I had never adjusted to the time zone. I would wake up at 3:30 in the morning Pacific time because I was 6:30 here, because the moment that you felt comfortable was the moment you got complacent. The moment you got complacent was the moment you'd make mistakes and you'd be going home. So don't think about what it could be for that. Just play within what you got. Give it everything you got, and that's a smart attitude to go for it, because if you start thinking this, that, you might not be able to be in the moment, and something might hiccup along the way. So I think it's a smart strategy, but we do want to see you in a Prius. We want to see this guy in a Prius. All right, Sheriff, first bites, first impressions, what's going on with the dish?
Wow, well, obviously the presentation's out of this world. The salad's amazing. The flavors, you can tell it's fresh as can be. And texture, flavor, I mean, it's all there. I think he hit a home run.
A home run, texture, flavor. The crowd outside is electric. It's wild. You can feel that energy. Holly, are we feeling that energy on the plate, though?
I like the textures that are going on here. The matzah ended up being got a little chewy. So I think that might be a detractant. There's a lot of ingredients that he listed off, and they all are kind of marrying really nicely. I like a little bit more salt, but I think the oyster is really nicely cooked.
Now, he did go with a lot of ingredients. He brought in the Fanta, he brought in the lemongrass, he brought in the prosciutto, he brought in pancetta, excuse me, was it pancetta? It was prosciutto, I was right. Always go with your first intuition. But those weren't those ingredients that needed to shine. Right. It were the oysters, it were the prunes, and it was that matzo bread. So Keith, my friend, were those three highlighted in this dish?
The oyster was great. The ginger, too much chew, too much a lot of other stuff. Less is more. Oyster was good, but too much saltiness. Very, very salty.
Very salty. So there was that brininess that came from them that just wasn't mashed a little bit with maybe that orange Fanta prune sauce for it?
I mean, his presentation was great, but it's very too salty. I think he tried to do too much. Way too much.
Too much, but you know what, though? He's got another round to go, so maybe it wasn't too much. Maybe it was going to be a balance out, and we're going to play into that. So, judges, we're going to try to make sure that we're kind of keeping on that trend. We got a little thrown for a little bit of the time. Make sure that we are tasting and having some fun with round one again. Creativity, presentation, and flavor. We are also going to go straight into your second dish of the evening. Jason, come on over, my friend. It's tough to be in this kitchen. It's tough with the eyes. It's tough with the ingredients. It's tough being outside sometimes, that element. But you got through it, my friend. You did it.
Yeah, I did. I didn't really know 20 seconds and 10 seconds were the same thing, but I got it done. Wanted some little extra topping on there, but it was good. I have for you a bacon plum reduction with a little bit of, what was the bread stuff again?
Oysters, and you had matzo bread.
The matzo bread to thicken it a little bit. And I put some of the matzo bread in the filling for the oyster. I have for you a potato crusted oyster with that reduction.
So you shuck the oysters, you took the oysters out, and then what did you do with this potato concoction?
I shredded it, and I took some of the starch off it to get it more crispier. And I bread it, floured buttermilk, floured it, and then put it into the potato. And then you got your potato crusted oyster.
I like that. It's a unique way to really kind of do something that, whether you like them raw, whether you like them cooked, there's something kind of fun about an oyster that you could do so many different things with. And I've never seen that, and certainly here in this kitchen, this theater, I don't think that's ever been done before.
Oh yeah, something I learned from my past, and I was like, oh my god, oysters, gotta do it.
You gotta do it. So let's see how it's working out. Holly, you're right in there. Walk me through this. This is a big change with that ingredient. Did it shine?
I like the idea of the preparation. The potato got a little gummy in the fryer. I'm not really sure why. It tastes a little undone. But the oyster inside it is cooked nicely. What I do like is a lot is the sauce. And what I like about it is that you cut through that prune that's concentrated sugars and you made it less cloying, which I really like. Just don't think that the execution of the fry was exactly on point.
Okay, all right. Sheriff? I mean, those are some big words right there and some, a big description for it. What are you feeling? I mean, we all have our own different taste buds, and I'm kind of intrigued by this. Were the potatoes gummy?
I don't know. I couldn't tell, but, I would eat a bag of potato chips that sat in the car and got rained on, so I thought I thought it tasted great. I love fried oysters. I love potato chips. You put it together, and then the sweetness with the prunes on top. Okay, it's lacking some of the presentation, but I thought it was phenomenal.
Let's give it up because he got it out there. He got the ingredients on the plate. That's what this is about. And that's what it's got to be. You got to have fun. You got to have everything that you can do in the kitchen. Now, Keith, too much going on with his competitor. Is there too little going on in this dish?
Honestly, his presentation sucked, but less is more, and his flavors were really good.
The flavors were good, and that's one of those components. So we want to make sure that we get that, we have some fun with it. Those are some strong words, but you got a good feeling going into it. It's kind of like a fun take on a potato chip, kind of got that encrusting. I mean, that's got to make you feel pretty damn good about it right now.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of the first round I was in. I pretty much played on the exact same plate. Didn't really get to it in time, but just going to see how it does.
All right, so you know what? Before we get into the second round and we get the next dishes going, you know what we're going to do, you and me, right now? Because this is what I do. I come here early every Monday that I'm here. I come here with my T-shirt, no hat on, no shirt. I'm just having some fun, doing my thing. And what I do is I kind of just dance it off, get all the bad jujus out of my system. I go into it just having fun. Round 1 is done. It's over. Is round 1 over, everybody? All right, now we just got to shake it off. Just shake it off with me. I know it sounds really weird and stupid, but just shake it off with me.
Yeah, I'd say that was a hot round for sure.
All right, it's a hot, yeah. All right, shake it off with me. Just shake it off, and we're going to be done. All right, I just totally got stood up on shaking off. I totally just got stood up. All right. Our judges are going to be taking the last few seconds to get into it. Final words, Sheriff, round 1 in the book.
Yeah, I say keep going. I think you're on point. I think it's difficult when you come in to make something and you don't know the ingredients and someone throws at you and says, here, you got 30 minutes. I think both of you, the creativity was there. Some of the execution and presentation might have been lacking, but I thought both did a fantastic job.
I really do too. So let's give it up for our friends here in round 1. Round 2 is going to begin. Let's get a countdown at 10 on my count, everybody. Again, round 2, we have whole quail, pork blood, and we have yuca. On my count, 10. Round 2 begins. Round 1 is over. We got new energy. We've got 3 new ingredients, 1 dish to go with, and it is going, and the heat is going to be flowing. And you know what? I will be remiss without having my friend come on down here and tell us a little bit about what's happening in his neck of the woods, because it kind of is a battle of the Bay, and I'm joined here with none other than Mr. Ted Dorsey from the Mill. Everybody, let's give it up for Mr. Ted Dorsey. So good to have you back inside this kitchen, my friend.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
So tell us a little bit about what's happening in your neck of the woods right now. Summer's here. It's got to be just busy as anything in St. Pete.
It is. St. Pete's just blowing up. I mean, we're just happy to be a part of this event, a great charitable cause. So thank you.
It really is. And you've got a heart of gold. You're involved in so many incredible organizations. And there's one that you are very active in. What is that organization?
That organization is the St. Petersburg Culinary Center. That organization promotes culinary training and skills training for at-risk young adults in South St. Petersburg.
We love that. And it's always about the community, everybody. Ted, come back on over. I know. I got to get the. Yeah, we got to turn the hood. You know what? Hey, fun-filled fact. If anyone knew this, when Disney World went live in 1955 and they went to turn the switch for power, there was no power. So you know what? Hey, we worked out the technical kinks. We moved through it. You guys are having fun. Is everybody in this room having some fun right now? Is everybody watching right now having some fun right now? Yay! The likes and the comments are going crazy across social media right now because of that. That's what it's all about. That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, it's just food.
It's just food. We're here to have fun, support a great organization.
So, you know, we're working now with quail, and I absolutely love cooking with quail. What would you do with quail, with pork blood? How would you do something with those dishes?
Oh, there's so many different ways they can take this dish, and both chefs work with quail on a regular basis. So I'm excited to see what they both do.
I am too, because you know you can really bring out some really beautiful Asian flavors. I mean, your boy was bringing out some of that lemongrass earlier, and I'm almost thinking you could play off of that even more in round 2.
You could go Asian, or you could go Southern. You could go Mediterranean. There's all different kind of directions you really can take this dish.
And you know, the other thing that's really cool is yuca is around the globe, and it's such a staple for so many different cuisines that need that nourishment. I mean, it's a very humble, hearty root vegetable to work with.
It is. Now you're probably going to watch both of them fry it.
Exactly. We're going to take the simple route, but you know what, though? It'll be fun. How's your boy doing so far?
He's doing great. You know, I'm really proud of where Andrew's come in the last year and where he's headed, and this is a great cause, and this is a great thing for both of these chefs to get their names out there and really step up to the next level. So
I absolutely love it. It's really fun. It's always fun to have you in this kitchen, my friend. Have some fun. Ted Dorsey, everybody. All right. Are you guys all having some fun with the wine tonight? Did you guys enjoy that Chardonnay? Was it good? We got our friends coming in from All right. Little technical difficulties there. We're bringing in some of our guests here. They're going to talk a little bit of our wine selection this evening. Let me get my sheet here for a second. All right, Katie Phillips, everybody. Katie Phillips. Katie, tell us a little bit about Jackson Family Wines.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope you're enjoying your Pinot Noir. This is our Cambria 2015 Julia's Vineyard. Does anybody know Julia's Vineyard? No? Is this new? I love it. I know it might smell like it has a little smoky flavor. That was the fire from earlier, right? No, I'm just kidding. But it looks like there's a lot of fun action going on in here. Cambria Winery was started in 1986 by Jess Jackson and Barbara Benke, and this is named after their daughter, Julia. So we've been making this wine now for 30 years. Single vineyard, all estate grown, produced and bottled. What that means is we're control freaks, just like all the chefs, right? They're trying to control the quality so the judges love the food. We're trying to control our grapes so that these wines come out every year consistent and the best in quality that they can be. Anyone know where Santa Maria Valley is? Santa Maria Valley? Kind of unheard of, right? We're in Santa Barbara County, so 3-hour drive north of LA in the Central Coast. It's the coolest climate, so Pinot Noir that has bright fruit, bright acidity, and is gonna pair perfectly with food. I saw it's going with the fried quail, which is a perfect dish. You have a little bit of fattiness, a little meatiness, a little bit of lightning going through. And yeah, we hope you enjoy it. Again, family owned. That's a big thing. The family's owned this winery for 32 years, started it together and named after their daughter, Julia. Julia's Vineyard Pinot Noir is very well known. You can buy it by the glass in the restaurant, and you can get it at the retail as well. So hopefully you enjoy it with the food. Again, a very food-friendly Pinot Noir, bright red fruits, nice structure, and should be beautiful. Yeah. Have you had it before?
Not had it before, but I hear nothing but great things, and everyone can also purchase these wines to take home with them. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
See, that's important. So all of you have these forms in front of you. If you are excited and want to have some fun, you can buy these. Great prices, too, by the way.
They're great prices, and we're actually excited to be partnered with Feed Tampa Bay as well, because it's important for us. We're a very philanthropic family, and we're really happy to be a part of this.
And it really shows. Katie Phillips, everybody. So we've covered some of the ingredients. We've covered some of our wines. We also need to really see the food coming through a little bit. And we've got our friends from Cisco out here tonight. Antoinette, come on down, my friend. Antoinette Palacio is joining me here this evening. Antoinette, so great to have you here tonight.
Thank you so much. We're so excited.
So tell us a little bit about what Cisco's up to in the community right now.
So we wanted to bring our partners,
It's a little loud, I know.
It is. So we partner with lots of growers and ranchers, and we want to use our resources and help Feeding Tampa Bay feed the people in need.
It's truly an important cause. I mean, to know that there are so many families that struggle with just the sometimes the decisions that we take for granted, and knowing that there can be such an impact between us being here tonight with organizations like you to make a difference, supporting some of the foods that these chefs are playing with, having fun for a great cause, for a great reason. It's just got to be that much more exciting for you to see it all come to fruition.
I had a mind-blowing experience with a customer that they were providing food to a school, and they said that most of the students only ate lunch, and they didn't have anything to eat for dinner or anything on the weekends. And so
that just breaks my heart to hear that. And I mean, now that we're back in the school session, it changes a little bit, but it doesn't go away. The need is still there. I mean, sure, there's the school programs with breakfast and lunch, but you know, the whole family's got to eat.
It's really heartbreaking when you realize that there's a lot of kids that only get lunch and breakfast at school and don't have any other food. So our mission is to help bridge that gap and help Feeding Tampa Bay be able to bring food to those kids for dinner and on the weekends.
And you certainly were able to achieve that tonight, and we thank you so much for your support through this incredible program and for what should be many more to come.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 10 minutes have passed inside the Signature Theater at the Epicurean Hotel. Jason, walk me through a little bit. Round 2, I see we've got the Quail going into the oil. I'm going to be walking with you, talking with you. Talk me through what you're doing right now.
I'm probably just going to do a seared quail with a pork blood, rosemary star anise reduction, chicken stock. I haven't really got to the yuca yet. Probably good at that.
The yuca. See, that's the thing, is that, you know, my wheels were spinning with the pork blood. You can thicken. It's that natural, it can coagulate and really kind of thicken itself. The quail is simple, subtle. You can really let that play on its own. How are you going to bring the yuca into it? You're going to parboil. You're going to fry it. Are you going to do a mash with it? Are you going to do more like a fry? Are you just going to let it be whole? It's a very tricky one, but it has to be a star on that dish, more than just the star anise. Ba-dum-bum. Bad joke again, everybody. I know. Where's that, like, bad joke? Total counter right there. Andrew, I see you marinating a little bit of brown sugar, it looks like, going onto these quails.
A little bit, yeah. I'm going to do a Cuban marinated seared quail with a chorizo and yuca hash and a pineapple salsa.
I'm intrigued by it because it's fun, it's playful, it works. Because at this point now, you're really letting all those flavors come together, mold on a dish. That's kind of fun, and it plays homage to the Cuban influence of this area. Now, Holly, outsider perspective looking in, you get to see a little bit of all of everything right now. I mean, you made the trek in along the I-4 to come here from Orlando, but what is it right now that you're seeing happen in the Tampa Bay area from Orlando?
A lot of excitement. There is, you know, Orlando has had its own culinary boom within the last, you know, I would say 6 to 7 years. And I feel like Tampa is right there now, with the addition of Armature Works and Sparkman Wharf, and a lot of really exciting new restaurants that are opening in Tampa. Every time I come down here for work or play, there's always somewhere new and fun to eat. So I'm really excited about it. This guy's restaurant is one of my first stops always. And then, you know, I have a lot of others on my to-do list, including these guys. So it's really exciting.
They're absolutely incredible restaurants, and you get to be able to talk about Orlando restaurants all the time. How can we be able to repay the favor? You come in this side to us. When we want to come to your neck of the woods, where are we going? What are we eating? How do we find out about them from you?
Well, of course, I'm going to tell you that the first place to go look for great restaurants is OrlandoWeekly.com. That is the place where you should go, because we have the best food coverage of any periodical in town. We talked a little bit earlier about, you know, looking at influencers and looking at Yelp reviews and stuff like that, and I would generally shy away from that just because the caliber of credential that we have at Orlando Weekly between me and my compatriot Fayez Kara, who's the restaurant reviewer. You know, we've both been writing about restaurants for combined about 25 years. So we really know what we're talking about. I would definitely go to OrlandoWeekly.com and check out, you know, where you should eat next.
It's the truth, though, because we've seen that wave that kind of really took over the food scene for so long. You know, you read the Friday edition of your local paper, where to eat, what the review was going to be, and you based your weekend plans off of that, and then that changed a little bit. You saw the advancements of Yelp come into play, and anybody who had a phone had to be a critic and had to be a reviewer, and then they were like, I'm going to Yelp elite. Right. No one cared at that point because it wasn't authentic, and it was really kind of watering down a little bit of what was a true writer, a true palate, a true experience that was coming through. How much has that changed now that we're seeing more of blogging coming into how restaurants are getting their message across, how we're engaging with them, leveraging social media to an extent?
It's a challenge for restaurants because there's no doubt that the influencer culture is huge. You know, taking Instagram pictures is just one part of introducing people to food, but to have a knowledgeable voice is another part of it. So to have an event where you invite influencers and actual media who come and talk about and write about food for a living, it's two different audiences. And I have a lot of feelings about Instagram food, and I've went over to a couple of places that have this Instagram food, and to be honest with you, a food has to taste good. It doesn't just have to look pretty. You can have a beautiful plate of food that looks gorgeous on Instagram but can taste like crap. But on the other hand, you have a plate of, beef stew or some other kind of food that doesn't look very pretty but can be the most delicious thing you've ever put in your mouth. So it's really difficult, and I feel for restaurants right now to have to please both the Instagram crowd and those who really want to know what's going on.
I couldn't agree more. Keith, you guys have got to see it right now. You guys are always so busy over there. How many patrons come through there on a regular basis?
Over 1,000 per day, but it's feeding the masses. These guys here now today feed a lot less than that, but they do individual meals, which is Rooster and Till and the Mill. They do such a great job of doing very unique stuff, and they're trying to bring their best every day, which is great. Which here I'm waiting for it. Still waiting for it.
We got 15 minutes to go with it, and we're gonna find some great dishes. But it's a different style too of a cuisine too, because you guys, and that's the great thing right now with Tampa Bay scene is that there's variety. We have large restaurants like Aioli that are just incredible pillars to the community. Smaller footprints of restaurants that we're seeing evolve right now in the Tampa Bay market, certainly in Orlando with the Rooster and Tills, open seating, and that's changing the game here. And let's see if these dishes within 15 minutes are going to change all of your judging abilities right now. So, how are we doing? I haven't seen much since I just came back here. Andrew, what are you doing, man?
Still the same thing we talked about earlier. I'm about to get my quail in the pan. Part of my problem last time was I cooked my lamb too early and I overcooked. So I just don't want to make that same mistake this time.
I love it. So, you can't really prepare too much for being inside the signature theater here at the Epicurean Hotel by knowing what these ingredients are, because you don't know what they are. So you kind of just got to work on the fly. How much does that play into your strategy, knowing that you won in your last round, knowing that you could go on into the next round, the championship round?
The pressure's always on, so honestly, I just look at the ingredients in front of me, and I just got to do the best I can do, and I can't really come into it planning anything too much.
I love it. You got to do what you got to do. We got the Vitamix going. Does anybody here in this room have a Vitamix at their home? Show of hands. We got one. We got a couple of Vitamix. Aren't they the best? They are the absolute best. If you haven't gotten into using your Vitamix as often, go have fun with it, because you can do so many cool things. It's still hot out. It's still warm. Gazpachos are one of my favorite things to do in it. I do a beautiful carrot gazpacho, but this is not about me. This is about you in this dish. Jason, I want to give you a little time to get that over. What do we got? What's going on? You're pulling some quail out. Is it to your liking?
It is.
So you're liking, and then what else are we working with the flavors? I see that you got the yuca in some oil here. You're gonna be frying up the yuca?
It's frying it up right now, yeah.
Frying up. Now you just put them straight into the oil. You did not par cook them at all. No water, straight into the oil. Are you afraid of the texture that's gonna come off of that? Are you going to be able to release all the starches and really soften it a little bit?
Probably not, I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna enjoy it, and that's what this is about. It'll be what it'll be. All right, 12 minutes left to go. Sheriff, the energy, the excitement, you're seeing it firsthand. Walk me through what you are seeing right now.
This is impressive to see people take such few ingredients and create something so special. It's amazing. I struggle when I want to cook breakfast with my wife, but what I'm going to mix with the eggs, sausage, turkey, cheese, get really crazy and put some sauce on it. This is amazing.
It really is, and they get to have that right now. It's all about time management. And for someone that is in the spotlight like you are, it's always 24/7 for you. How do you find that work-life balance to make those eggs, to be able to enjoy that time with your wife? How does that work in your world?
It's difficult, it's busy, but you always put your family first. And you surround yourself by great people. And when you have great people surrounded by you, you have that confidence that you can go spend that quality time you need with your family. There's nothing more important than that.
It truly is. When I was doing MasterChef, it was for my family, and not one day went by that I did not, think of them, wanted to be with them, but I knew I had a job I had to do. I had to do it right, and I never unpacked that suitcase. I never took the sneakers out of the bags, never adjusted to the design zones, because I was always on my A game, knowing that one dish could send me home. And one dish could send any of these two chefs home. We don't want to see that. We've got 11 minutes left to go with this incredible round. Are you guys excited? Your rounds are coming out right now as well.
It smells way better in here now than it did. I don't know what was burning. It has to be a chili. It has to.
Oh, I love the colors. I love the tossing over here. Did we put chorizo into this?
I did indeed put chorizo into there. It's one of my favorite sausages, so I just figured, hey, what the heck?
I love chorizo. Chorizo is one of my favorites. I make my own chorizo as well. It's really fun. And, you know, let's give it back up to our team here at the Epicurean who have done wonders for everybody, making sure that things are flowing, having fun. And none other than Mr. Kevin Scott here this evening.
Hi, everyone. I just got an update on my Weather Channel app that says there's a severe thunderstorm advisory outside right now. I love the fact that it's delayed. Holy yeah, South Tampa's drowning right now. So we had a fire in-house earlier. Luckily, the sheriff's in-house right now. Do you know anyone else we can call for anything else? Either way, guys, I just want to say thank you very, very much on behalf of Mainsail Lodging and Development and the Epicurean team. Thank you to our judges. Thank you to all of you, the sponsors that are here each and every week. You guys are really what make this happen and bring more awareness to Feeding Tampa Bay, which is exactly what it's all about. So donate your plate, give it up. Semis, week 6. We got one more. And I don't know if, well, I didn't tell Chef Jeff, but 3 points separate these two guys right now. So first round, obviously you heard Jeff go, one went overboard with ingredients, one went a little bit more simplistic. But he'll tell you, Chef Gordon Ramsay, simplistic is all about how the finesse happens. So thank you again, guys. Appreciate it.
Mr. Kevin Scott, everybody. All right, something really cool is really happening here in the Tampa Bay area, and it's courtesy of our friends at Florida Blue. I'm joined with none other than Mr. Rick Bennett from Florida Blue, who's going to talk a little bit about Bolt Blue Flame. Rick Bennett, everybody. And all right, I need a louder applause. This man is one of the sharpest dressed men in all of Tampa. I'll tell you what, my friend, sharp dressed man right there.
All right, thanks a lot. I won't take very much of your time, but a lot of you are going to get a cookbook tonight. The cookbook is a really great thing. It's what we and the Lightning have done together to make sure that we can promote what Feeding Tampa Bay is doing in our community. So what I'd like you to do is take one of these home. I'd like you to cook some recipes out of it, but I'd also like you to buy a couple of these for your friends and family for Christmas or for any other holiday. If you like the Lightning, we have plenty of recipes in here from Lightning players and their families. But what I'd like you to do is just make sure that you know that every single dollar goes to Feeding Tampa Bay. And now our mission is to help people and communities in Tampa Bay achieve better health and all over Florida. And one way we can do that is by making sure that you know their mission. Because food is medicine, and we're here with you to make sure that you know this. So I want to thank you again, and I want to make sure that you can get a hold of a couple of these for your friends and family.
And these cookbooks are super cool. I have been playing around with some of those ingredients. The next time though, I gotta cook with one of them. I gotta find Steve Stamkos. I gotta cook with him. I gotta cook for him. I gotta do something with it. It is super cool. You all can take one of those home and be able to make sure that it's shared with all of your friends because proceeds are gonna support Feeding Tampa Bay. It's important that we are all part of this entire process. And again, you too can be a part of it. Watching at home, you can be a part of this. Text plate to 74121. Incredible prizes. We have a one-night stay here at the Epicurean with a $100 food and beverage credit. We have 2 tickets to go see your Tampa Bay Lightning on opening day with your own jersey. And of course, you have a 6-person, 4-course dinner by yours truly coming to your home. Gonna have some fun. And again, text plate to 74121. Everybody in this room, did you guys donate your plate? Did you donate it? Make sure you donate your plate today. All dollars will be matched up to $50,000.
Killing it, Jeff. Killing it. That's tough. You got a tough crowd you're working with tonight. You're carrying energy, my man. Good for you.
6.5 minutes, a little bit less than 6.5 minutes left to go. You guys having some fun tonight? You guys enjoying the food?
Yeah.
All right, cool. These judges are going to be delighted with some food in a little bit. I'm going to be starting to taste a little bit because I really want to go into that chorizo. The chorizo is one of my favorite ingredients to work with. It's smoky. It's got a little bit of flavor. It's got that texture, that fattiness that's going to come through really nice. What else did you put in with the chorizo?
A little bit of olives and the yuca hash, and I'm about to add the pork blood in there.
So the pork blood is going to thicken that and bring out a very nice, flavor that I think is going to balance very nicely with that chorizo. The hash is cooked perfectly. I'm already hungry, my friend. Dude, I got to taste something. What are we working with right now besides the matzo bread from round one?
Well, I'm cooking my yuca right now, and I really hope it cooks in time.
All right. Have you been tasting it, seeing what we've got? Now, one thing that I noticed that you did, nice. A pork blood aioli.
Pork blood aioli.
What else did you put into it?
What did I put into it? Rosemary, star anise, salt and pepper, butter. That's about it.
That might be one of the best flavors I've had in a very long time right there. I am so excited to see that come through on a plate. It's subtle. Hey. I got to call credit where credit is earned, credit is due. And you know what? With a little less than 5 minutes ago, judges, you guys are in for a nice little treat here. We got some chorizo, we got that yuca, we got this pork blood aioli. Keith, would this be something that you'd see with those ingredients at Eulalie?
Sorry?
Would those ingredients be something you'd put on a dish at Eulalie?
I mean, we try to do what we can. I mean, we feed the masses, so little by little. It's actually local. We try to use local ingredients to feed everybody. So.
You know what? And tonight we're going to have some fun. We're going to be fed with the best ingredients for you judges to be judging again on creativity, presentation, and flavor. Pork blood aioli. I mean, that's something you never hear of, right?
Yeah, that's really exciting. I was talking to a sheriff about it, and he was like, what can you do with that? And I was like, well, pork blood has two main properties. The first is this flavor, right? It has this lovely irony flavor, a lot of complexity, and then there's the textural and thickening agent it can be. So I was explaining, a lot of cultures will allow it to coagulate and then cut it up into nice little chunks and put it into stews, which is really nice. Or thicken it with use it for a thickening agent and a sauce. But I love the idea of an aioli. I hadn't thought of that, and I think it's real creative.
It's so nice. You're going to be in for such a treat. And Sheriff, I got to ask you, a fan of chorizo?
Sure, absolutely. Never heard or even I've never seen or heard of pork blood. I thought they said something else, but pork fat. But yeah, there's something new to me.
Oh, you're in for a treat, my friend. You're in for a big treat tonight.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
And it's the truth, because you know what? These chefs are giving everything they got. They're having, with just 3 minutes left, to put some of the best dishes out to wow and delight you. It's truly an incredible honor. And you know what? I am so partial to sous chefs in the restaurant industry because they're always just one dish away from maybe having their time to shine. It's that moment for them. Restaurant chefs sometimes get the glitz and the glory and the sexiness that, hey, it's my restaurant, it's my menu, it's my dish. And the sous chefs sometimes are the ones that are on the line, battling it out when they're in the weeds, and they're just sometimes one dish away. And you all in this room tonight might be seeing greatness one dish away from going on to seeing who's going to be our next epic chef. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. We got some plating, we got some action, the movement. I'm telling you, this is exciting. Are you guys all excited to see what's going to happen in round two? All right. How's that yuca turning out?
Pretty good.
All right, the yuca's coming out pretty good. I like it. You know what you also did was very smart? You changed your pot. You were able to go into a nice pan. You had a little bit more heat to control. Rather than losing so much out of it, you put the lid on to make sure that within that time you had a consistent moisture that locked itself in and could cook it very, very nicely. And that's really fun. We've got some plating action over here. Andrew's in his zone. He's got a minute and a half left to go in round 2. One dish away could send any of these two to the next round where they will be faced off against Mise en Place. With just 1 minute left to go, the yuca is coming alive on that plate. Oh, this beautiful little bit of a relish that's coming on top of the quail is exciting. It's light. We've got 1 minute left on the clock. We are just seconds away from someone going on to the next round. The yuca has a beautiful caramelization that's just in that pan with that flavor that is going to be locked with moisture and the texture. The technique is incredible right now. The patience, the perseverance. This is electric, everybody. If you're not feeling it, we need that excitement. We need that energy. Are you guys all having energy right now? Let's get it going. Come on now, people. 30 seconds left to go. 30 seconds left to go. Andrew, Jason, let's keep it moving, everybody. Make sure we get everything on the plate within just 20 seconds coming up here in this signature theater. At that 10 mark, we are all going to count down together. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time is up. Move your hands away from your plate. Let's give it up for our 2 chefs this evening. Absolutely incredible. You guys want to start with Jason this time around? We're gonna go, okay. All right, Andrew, come on over on my side for me, please. I'll come around you on this side. Do we have a burner on? Kevin, would you do me a favor? Make sure that we got, the burners are still going. The energy is exciting right now. You just cooked a dish that could set you 1 dish away from going into the next round, the championship round. What dish did you make that's gonna send you on that path?
That, or I wake up in 30 years remembering this dish after like a nightmare. This is a Cuban seared quail. So I did a little rub of cayenne, cumin, a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of red wine. I put it on there, a little bit of garlic, seared it off, let it bake in the oven. It's sitting on top of a nice yuca hash with pork blood and chorizo. And then on top of that, I have a pineapple salsa and a quenelle of sour cream. And I just garnish the whole dish with a little bit of microgreens.
I love it. It's subtle, it's fun, it's colorful. You were able to accomplish everything. What were some of the setbacks along the way that you had to get through?
At one point, Jason asked me if he could use my oil, and I said, yeah, man. And then I looked for oil for about 10 seconds before I realized I'd given it to him. And then I remembered, and I had the oil back, and I was just back on track, you know?
Ready to go. 10 seconds is all that it took for you to come back into it.
I guess, you know, I just happened to, I don't know, my mind was all over the place. This whole thing is it's too rapid fire to think about, really.
So walk me through that. You know, when you're cooking a dish like this, you're not doing it with as many eyes on you, with the TV going, cameras going, me with a microphone trying to find out what you're thinking, what you're doing. You know, it's got to be a little bit out of your element, too.
Yeah, it is a little bit out of my element, but I mean, I kind of am compelled to the theatrical side of life a little bit. So, and in one sense, it is kind of in my element. It's more like a merging of 2 worlds I never thought would merge.
But you know what, though? Let's see if you were able to merge those 2 worlds, round 1, round 2, to set you onto your path of Epic Chef Showdown. Judges, Holly, walk me through first bites of this dish.
I freaking love this.
You freaking love this dish?
The reason why I like it is this. Every element works because you have this really savory yuca hash on the bottom. They like it too.
The crowd outside is electric. Let's give it out to the people outside right now, too. The energy across the boards is so much fun because not only are we doing this live, not only do we have everybody inside this room, but we've got fans, family members, friends, everybody out there too. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
It is super fun to hear the delay too. So what I like is the really savory hash on the bottom. It's got like real comfort food feel to it. Then you have this beautiful salsa on top that's really nice acidity, which I've been really wanting all night long. The quail, the spice on the quail is so, like, it really has that like mojo type feel to it. I can feel the Cuban influence there. The one thing I would say is about the, is presenting and taking the risk of doing the entire quail all as a whole, because the risk that you take is that the breasts are going to get overdone and the legs are going to be perfect, and that's what's happened here. It's the legs are amazing, they're great, the flavor is awesome, little drumstick, but the breast got a little dry. But the presentation, I think, was lovely.
And again, that's what he's being judged on: creativity, presentation, and flavor. So it sounds like so far he's nailing it.
Yeah, I love
Sheriff, in your books, is this a slam dunk for a dish?
It absolutely is. I'm a tremendous Cuban food fan as it is already, and this was perfect. From the creativity, the presentation, to the flavor. I hate to use the same faux pas as saying a home run, but I can tell you this: I've never been to Andrew's restaurant, but I will go there now.
Now you're going to go. That's right. We're converting everybody. You too can all go as well, and you should. We've got incredible representatives from these restaurants tonight: Rooster and the Till, the Mill. Hands off to those two right now as well. Round of applause. But we also have incredible restaurants that are judging tonight. Keith Williamson from Aioli. Tell me a little bit about the dish, and also let's go support Aioli as well.
I mean, honestly, it was awesome. Great. This guy's got balls. He's got big balls.
All right. He brought it, everybody. All right, Andrew, those are some kind words. I mean, it really did show that you had some technique that went into it, a little fun, a little creativity. You know, you did hear it, that some of the meat, because you cooked it whole, could hinder the abilities of having like a real true slam dunk, but it sounds like you did pretty good. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling the same way I've been feeling coming into this. I'm excited. I feel like I've been doing this long enough. I put in the hours, so really it's just about me and the time I've spent in my general creativity. And the important thing is that we're feeding Tampa Bay. So I feel great. I feel like at the very least I've accomplished something. So
you certainly have. Everybody, Andrew Silas. All right, Jason, come on over, my friend. We have our servers. Now, round two, a fresh new start. You get the opportunity to just say, I'm going to put some stuff on a plate. It's just food. I'm going to have some fun. Did you have fun in round two?
Yeah, and that's kind of basically what I did. Those last 30 seconds are no joke.
It's tough, isn't it? I mean, you've got all these eyes on you. You've got cameras. You've got me. It's tough to work in that environment, all while a clock is beating down. People are chanting the time on it. It's really, really hard.
Yeah. I'm kind of worrying about the temperature of my food, but it doesn't really matter when you're going second on tasting. So that kind of like hurt me a little bit, but yeah.
So what's the temperature that you're going for with the quail?
Oh no, like the quail I think is cooked good, but just like the hotness and presentation of it just.
Gotcha. I gotcha. That was a concern too, but you know what though? The flavor, the presentation, and you got to be creative with it. We all get that. I mean, when I did the audition for MasterChef, I had to bring all my food to Orlando, and you just had to bring it. They just said, don't be an idiot, don't bring ice cream. You didn't bring ice cream on a plate, so I think you're going to be all right, my friend.
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. So describe your dish.
Okay, tonight I got you a star anise, pork blood star anise aioli with a kind of yuca bravas and with lime juice in there. So, and with some seared quail.
I loved that pork blood aioli because you know what? When I was thinking of these ingredients and going through all my notes and preparation, I was thinking of like how to really play with this, how to let that kind of be subtle, but let it be on its own. And personally, when I had that nice little bit of a taste there before, I tasted it, but it wasn't overpowering. It wasn't too irony where it was going to get lost, where it's kind of got that acrid, metallic, bitter flavor from pork blood that you would want, but it thickened nicely with that aioli. So let's see what these judges are thinking too, because that could set you on that path right there, my friend. All right, Keith, I see you already totaling up the scores. Tell us, how did we do with this dish?
His flavors were great. The ingredients were not cooked right. Very tough.
Now, what were the tough parts about it? Was it the yuca? Because that is a tough ingredient to work with. I mean, one of my first jobs was actually at your sister restaurant, the Columbia, and yuca is a very hard vegetable to work with. You know, within 30 minutes, we got to give them a little bit to work with there, but.
Okay, I mean, you're a chef. You want to do the right job. You got to cook it first. It's very tough. Very tough. Actually, the quail's very tough, too. So, sorry, good flavor, but very tough.
Okay, all right. But you know what, though? Not down, not out just yet. Holly, what are some redeeming qualities that you're seeing in this dish right now?
I love that aioli. I want it in a squeeze bottle so I can just put it all over.
The aioli, everybody. I told you, it was going to be the star right there.
I want to put it all over French fries forever and ever. It is really fun. The flavor of the star anise, it's one of those like spices that, you know, you add in for some savory notes, but doesn't always get to shine. It'd be the star, if you will. You made the pun already, so I'll leave it alone.
No one laughed for my joke that last time. Can we all joke for Holly's joke on the star anise one, please? All right, there we go. Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, I love the aioli. The legs of the quail are really cooked nicely. I like the presentation of having the quail. I think that works nicely. But again, at the same time, the legs perfectly cooked. The breast gets a little dry. You know, it's just a shame that the yuca didn't turn out the way that we'd hoped. It'd be nice to have a little crispy element here.
It is, and the yuca would be the hardest ingredient out of those three to really nail within 30 minutes. It's a tough dish. I mean, it's a very hard to really kind of penetrate that, break it down, and really kind of make it soft enough, but also when it's cooked to bring in some more dimension, some more texture by bringing that frying aspect in. Yep. Sheriff, the plate is almost gone, my friend. It looks like you enjoyed it.
I did. I liked the heartiness of it. I thought it had a great flavor. Everyone kept mentioning that. And the yuca was a little different for me, a little bit of a challenge, but overall, another great dish.
Another great dish, everybody. Let's give it up for Chef Jason. Now, how you feeling right now after having everything go through? And I told them that aioli was going to be killer, and was I wrong?
No, you weren't wrong, absolutely. I'm feeling not that confident, but, you know, I think I have my flavors there, but, you know.
You got this. You got some flavors on the plate. And again, we're being judged on flavor, creativity, and presentation. And you know what? Win or lose, you had fun, you showed your abilities, and everybody here in this room got to be a part of something really special, really cool. And you know what? We're all bonded together right now with a love for our community, a love for Feeding Tampa Bay. And what else more can you ask for, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I just want to give another thanks to Feeding Tampa Bay and Roosting the Till for making me part of this. It was really great.
Very cool. Let's keep those claps allowed again for our friends tonight. Andrew, Jason, Rooster in the Till, the Mill. Give it up for our friends tonight. Let's also give it up for our judges this evening, Mr. Keith Williamson, Miss Holly Kafer Elios, Chef Chad Cronister. Let's give it up for all of you in this room right now, too, because you're all part of something special.
Good to meet you, Chef.
Let's give it up to you in TV land having some fun. I know you're watching. I know you're having fun. You enjoyed it. Like it, share it, and make sure that you tune in for next week with the finale of it because you're all part of something special. It's so cool. And you know what? Let's get a crowd shot over everybody over here. We had such a wild bunch over here. I mean, this place was packed outside here. I'm stepping on the cable. I'm sorry. This is what it's all about. This whole place comes alive to have some fun. We've got everybody enjoying themselves for a great cause because they see that there is a food insecurity issue here in the Tampa Bay area. we are all part of making a means to be able to change that, to make a true impact with that, with our businesses, with our personal network of friends, our influencers. And at the end of the day, we can all have fun together. Is that not the cause? Is that not the root of it? Thank you. Our judges have given in their score sheets. They are being totaled into the back. They are being scored again on flavor, creativity, and presentation. And you know what? Again, text plate 274121 before the evening is over. You have just seconds left to go to win that golden ticket. If you have that golden ticket, you will be here next week in the live finale, having some fun inside the Signature Theater at the Epicurean Hotel. You also have those chances to win incredible prizes like a dinner with me coming over, with you going to the Lightning game, and also you having a night out on the town, enjoying yourself. And Mr. Kevin Scott with our score being totaled up here. All right, gentlemen, I need you to come on over here on my side, please. You can almost hear a pin drop inside this room right now. And I'm gonna need you all to get excited for me. I'm gonna need a drum roll, if you guys wanna split up between me. All right, keep it going. I need to hear it. I need to hear it. Let's keep that drum roll going right now. I want the suspense building. I don't feel enough of the suspense. You're not giving me that suspense. You know what? Until I feel that suspense, I'm not coming back. Give me that suspense. That wasn't loud enough. I'm sorry. I didn't hear it. Our winner first, who's going to be joining us next week with the golden ticket, Paige Simpson. You're coming back next week. You won our golden ticket. And you know what? You're going to see one of these two chefs moving forward. Keep those drum roll going for me right now, everybody. The winner who secured his place next week in the finale against Mise en Place is none other than Andrew Styles with the Mill. The crowd is electric. We got so much movement out here. Everybody's cheering. Everybody's having fun. That's what it's all about. He's doing his toast. Ted's getting excited back there. He's cheering, he's hooting, he's hollering. Andrew, how are you feeling right now, my friend?
Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, you hear that? That's for me right now.
That is for you right now. You got Ted jumping up and down for you up there.
I feel absolutely humbled. These people mean a lot to me, and the fact that I am carrying them through to the next round is just, it feels really good. I'm happy to represent the Mill, my family there. This is an honor.
That is awesome. And we're going to be seeing you next week. Congratulations. Andrew Styles, everybody. Now, Chef, unfortunately, the week has come to an end. But you know what, though? You're still a winner in our hearts. We still love you. Do we still love this man right here, everybody? Yeah! Woo! You still brought it? You still had fun?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, babe. This week was unfortunately harder than last week for some reason.
3 ingredients is tough.
That wasn't that. It's just like the time wasn't really on my plate. That's it.
But you know what, though? We're so grateful that you gave of your time in this kitchen, competing for these weeks that you've been here, having some fun with us, and we want to make sure that you go home not empty-handed, and here are some wonderful gifts for you as well, my friend. Chef Jason, everybody. Next week, The Mill, Mise en Place. Be here. Make sure you're watching. Make sure you're all out here having some fun. And you know what? Drive safe, be safe. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Well done, bud.
Great job, man. You guys have fun? Oh, this is great. Good.
Thank you.